spend your 20s trying to figure it out, right? What you want to do, how you want to do it. Now, there are anomalies, people that figure out what they want to do, you know, straight out of high school or college, and they go for it, right? And then those are usually, if they stay with it. Sometimes you can think you want to do something until you get in it, and then you don't want to do it no more. But my thinking is, you go through your 20s trying to figure out what you want to do, right? You go through your 30s and you're honing in what you want to do, and you start doing what you're going to do as a career move, right? When you get in your 30s. And in your 40s, you get what you're going to do, or what you're did in your 30s. In your 40s, you're getting it down to a science. You're getting all the bugs out of it, whatever that career move is. In your 40s, you're getting all the bugs out. You're getting it down to a precise science, right? And so when you hit 48 to 55 or so, you ought to be running at peak efficiency if you're still in the same field that you were in your 30s. So a lot of people, and the overachievers, or the people that really excel in this game, they realize quicker this is what they want to do, or they were raised in it, born in it, and so then they don't never do anything else. They come out of high school working with Pops or whatever, and Pops shows them the ropes, and then they take it to another level, because by that time Pops is like in my age, and so Pops ain't trying to grow hardcore or nothing. I'm trying to grow, but I'm trying to grow at peak efficiency based on what I know now that I did not know when I started. And I started a little bit late. And then in your 60s, God willing, you're still around, you have driven the business up to a point then to where either you got a successor that's going to come in and run it for you, or you sell it, or you retire and sell everything that you've built up, and then you just, if you stay in this game. Now, a lot of people, as they get older, they don't want to be in this game no more, see, because they haven't evolved. I don't know if I want to be in this game, 10 or 15 more years or not, but I'm going to have to play like I do, because you got to evolve. And if something better comes along, then, cool, But that's kind of my thinking on, the progression of life and versus career. And if I were to stop doing this right now, what kind of leg up would I have in a new career at 53 years old? See, and how much time would I have to grow that to where I'm making the kind of money that I make now? There ain't time. So once you get past your 40s, and you in it, then it's too late to really make any hardcore moves unless you got dollars that you can use to maybe flip houses or buy properties or something, to where you can get some passive income every month. That's kind of, as I've gotten older, kind of how I've been thinking. And I don't know if that everybody thinks like that or not, but if you're in this game and you've been in it as long as I have, and you're my age, well, or you're getting close to my age, well, there ain't a whole lot of moves that you're going to be able to do and make more money. Certainly not to begin with, unless I don't know, get a job offer from one of your customers that's got a big business, is going to put you in charge of it or whatever. You know, I don't know. But I wish somebody had schooled me in that thinking when I was in my 30s. You know, I might have done things a little bit different if I could, you know, overcome the learning, you know. You know, the older you get, the more resistant you are to change, you know. Maybe not everybody, but I'm talking about for me. That's why, one of the reasons why, you know, in doing this YouTube thing, that I come back so hard at some of the clappers and stuff, and I come off as defiant, you know, and sometimes I am, you know, because people, you know, guys like me, you know, I don't want to hear that I've been doing it wrong all these years. I mean, who wants to hear that shit? But you have to look at that, right? You have to, and to be able to get better, you know. It still doesn't make it easy, though, to see these things, you know. And I've learned a lot over the years from you guys, from all you guys that watch the channel and comment on the channel, you know. I listen. Now, some of the comments, you know, are coming from a place, you know, are coming from a place based on the information in my videos. But sometimes the information in my videos, I'm not explaining it like I could or should, or like a storyteller would, right? And I notice sometimes I leave a lot of things out that are pertinent to why I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing. And, you know, I don't notice that until after in the editing. Nobody wants to be told, hey man, you've been doing it wrong all these years, right? And there are a lot in my business, and I'm talking about my business, there's a lot that I have been doing wrong all these years. And that's one of the reasons why the business, or me as a owner, feel stagnant, right? Feel like I can't get any bigger, you know. And bigger don't always mean more money. I mean, well, it means more money, but you might not be making it. You might be spending it. So, you know, you got to be, you know, thinking like that too. And as I get older too, I know a lot more, right? But sometimes that works against you in an entrepreneurial environment, because I'm not as gung-ho as I once was, because I know the pitfalls, and sometimes knowing all the things that can go wrong ain't so healthy. You know, it makes it where you don't take as many chances, and that can be looked at two ways. You know, you can take a lot of chances, and if they're all great, then you done skyrocketed. You know, you can take you know, some chances, and you'll just grow steady. Sometimes I wish I didn't know all the things that can go wrong, you know, but I can't unknow stuff, right? I can't say, well, I don't know that, when I do. So there's a fine balance there as you get older. And, you know, my biggest thing is the physicality of everything. you know. Not that it's hardcore right now, but I can see as I get older some of the physical things that we get into out here I'm not going to want to do myself personally. But for now, I can. You know, anything I'm willing to take on. Of course, I'm not willing to take on, you know, some jobs that require a lot of physical exertion. But I know guys that are in this game right here that I'm in that have been doing it for a long time, and they went up the ladder, reached a plateau, and then as they got older, they just going back down the ladder. But they're in control of how slow or fast they go back down the other side of the ladder. You know, and they were smart with their money when they were going up the ladder and when they got to the pinnacle. Once you get to the pinnacle of it, then you got to be smart with your money for the few years, and I'm talking about just in general, for the 10 years or so that you're at your peak, you know. And some people's peak is longer than that, and God bless them, you know. But I don't come from a educated background or nothing. You know, you got guys like, you know, Mike Andes that is really an anomaly, that really is extremely smart, extremely motivated, and knows how to turn $1 into $2, and knows how to tell you how to do it too. You can't be mad at guys like that because they don't, you know, fall into the typical, you know, lawn care landscape provider. You just gotta, I look back and I'm in awe of some of it because I'm like, damn. And you can see how his YouTube, just his YouTube, has grown tenfold, right? And he started doing YouTube videos after I did. So that tells you his personality and his go-get-em mentality. And if he can blow up a YouTube channel like that, Instagram or whatever, then it stands to reason that he can blow his business up like that too. See, it's in his personality. It's just the way he's built. It's just the way it is, you know. He's not a lagger. He's not somebody that is going to stand idle. You know, he's constantly evolving, constantly making moves. You know, and how can you, you know, how can you be mad at that? You can't. You gotta respect that. That's game. That's business. That's, you know. But see, the thing about Mike Andes and people built like him is he's young, right? He's young and he has already identified what he's really good at. And see, a lot of guys, and me, I was one of those guys, a lot of guys, they don't really realize what they're good at until, well, hell, they're in their 30s. You know, deep in their 30s. By the time Mike Andes gets to be my age, he'll probably, if he ain't already, he'll either be a multi-millionaire or broke. But I'd be willing to bet he's going to be a multi-millionaire if he ain't already one. His platform that he has created through hard work and through knowledge and the ability to explain things to people is pretty impressive, you know, for his age. And that's, you know, but he is, and you got some other guys that are really young too, and I'm just talking about guys that you see on YouTube. There's a couple of other ones on there that are really young too, You know, Andrew Camardi's one. Those the Nickens brothers. That's another. That's another one that they got started at a young age, figured out what they was gonna do, and then they balling. You know. So kudos to all those guys that really, you know, figured out what they want to be and then stuck with it no matter what. And I don't know how old, I think it's Nickens or Nichols or Nickens, those two, I think they're twin brothers. But they got a big outfit, and I don't even think they're freaking 30, man. And they got a big outfit, and they're really, you know, they're really smart folks. And then you got other, you know, other that are kind of in the middle of the pack, you know. You got folks like Spencer and, you know, Brian's Lawn Maintenance and some other ones that are really big in the YouTube world, you know. But they're really not big landscapers. You know, they're not, and they don't, you know, it's not a dig on them. That's just, you know, they're, when you compare a business, a landscape business, lawn care business, you can't compare their business to someone like Nickens and them, or whatever their name is. It's not even a comparison. You know, number one, Spencer and Brian's Lawn Maintenance, they don't have the equipment that those boys got. Number two, they don't have the know-how that those two got. And number three, they're not really evolving in their business like those two brothers are. They're evolving in their YouTube and in their social media stuff. And that's nothing wrong with that, man. You know, that's you know, learning where you are, you know, learning what you are good at. But to put Spencer's and Brian Lawn Maintenance on the same level as Mike Andes or Andrew Camardi or the Nickens brothers, you know, and I know there's you know, Stanley Dirt Monkey, you know, a lot of the other big YouTubers, they're not even in the same game, you know. And Andrew Camardi is an anomaly too. He is, he's a great storyteller, and he's a smart dude in every facet of property management, you know, property maintenance, and then he's a baller on the freaking YouTube videos too. Usually it's one or the other. You don't have very many that's really good at their trade, you know, and that are good storytellers too. There's some. Usually it's one or the other. The lawn care got them to the landscape and got them, or got them to the YouTube, and then they took the YouTube and they grabbed it and ran with it. You know, if it wasn't for TQ, Spencer wouldn't even be something that is even relevant on YouTube. He wouldn't be, because he's really not that interesting, you know, and he doesn't really know how to do a lot of stuff, you know. It is not like, you know, but people like TQ, and she brings a smile to people, and they watch the videos for that, the family life videos, you know. If you ask Sean, I'm sure it's all him, but it's not. Trust me, it's not. TQ brings a lively take on everything, if you will. And kudos to her, and kudos to him, you know, for identifying all that, you know. Yeah, I mean, you know, nothing wrong with that. Like I said, they probably in their 30s, and they're just honing in on what they want, on on perfecting what they're good at. Just like I just explained earlier. In your 20s, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do. Then you figure out what you're going to do, and then in your 30s, you perfect it. And really hone in on it. And then in your 40s, you take it to the next level or not. You know. And then in your 50s, you're just kind of riding high from your 40s. And that's the nature of life, I think. Anyway, I got to get in here, eat this Sammy. And probably just going to watch TV, man. There ain't a whole lot I'm going to do today, man. It's just ugly. You know, wet, nasty. Peace out.